Manganese is, over the page is a trace. Interesting that it's a lot to do with the mental state. Yeah, you'd be surprised what's in tea. It's one of the biggest sources you get is from tea, manganese. And of course youngsters don't drink tea. And of course the people that are most prone to schizophrenia are sort of late teens, early 20s male.
Yeah.
Of course you've got a mixture then of people eating junk food.
And it's
what I call McDeath. You know, you eat, well, you're not getting any minerals, and then of course you're not getting things like some of the traces like these from things that they would have had before, like cups of tea. So the whole thing, basically, that not only is the body ungrounded, it's actually not even functioning. I had quite a lot of success of dealing with a young lad with who went schizophrenic problems developed when he was about 19, of getting him onto a proper diet. But the trouble is, it helped a lot. But he was addicted to McDonald's. And of course, you know, if you had too many of those, he started noticing, he started to go off. He thought, oh, right, hooray, then he knows what he's doing, you know. Interesting, the next one is also a trace, it's molybdenum.
Say that one again.
Molybdenum.
Molybdenum.
Yeah, not here, molybdenum. Another one to do with iron. You see, there's all these other little ones, these other trace minerals that are geared around the levels of iron in the system. And again, another trace. Oh, I hate buckwheat though. You wouldn't kept me eating buckwheat. I think I'd hate the wheat germ and the vitamin E.
Why don't you like buckwheat?
I don't like the smell. Si loves it, but it makes me reach.
I buy buckwheat noodles. I love them.
Yeah, I can't eat them.
I can't stand them. I've tried them.
Of course, over in
So
Japan,
good.
that's soba. I don't eat soba.
Oh,
No, they used to be now for our friends, and they either get me rice or I'll have the ordinary noodles.
I'll stick with the
They
beans.
won't get the soba down there. I just will. The selenium we did talk a little bit about. That's the soil is minus it round here, and of course the thing is with selenium, it's a skin and it's an antioxidant, so it keeps things actually going right. And in fact, you know, when people get age spots.
Hyperpigmentation is another
Yeah,
use
yeah,
for,
yeah. And you know when people get age
liver
spots,
spots. Yeah.
they're not liver spots, they're selenium spots. They're lack of selenium spots.
Oh, is that what I've got then?
Yeah, see, I've got freckles, but I haven't got any.
No, because I never had any marks on my hands until...
Yeah, you might benefit a little bit from it,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, they're selenium spots. They're not liver spots, they're selenium spots. Lack of. It's an inherited thing, and it's inherited. It's a lack of real trace mineral, gold.
Gold.
And the last mineral is my friend zinc. I love old zinc. It's a red orange actually, but it's basically because the lack of zinc is so evident. In teenagers, it's smelly feet. So if you've got a teenage boy with seriously smelly feet, especially if he's just hitting puberty, because zinc goes out in semen. So, you know, it's like, so as everything's developing, it uses up zinc like no tomorrow. So as soon as they start smelly feet, and the other one, it causes spots on your nails.
White
That's zinc.
spots.
White spots is lack of zinc. I found actually that till menopause, I always had at least one. Since menopause, not a sausage. I was obviously losing zinc with menstrual cycle,
Otherwise, no.
but it's zinc.
I
And
know,
it's fairly easy to sort out. And it's the only probably supplement that I say that I actually keep. I tend to, it's one of the few that Lambert's do as a capsule, and they do 50, which is therapist level. The recommended daily intake, or the recommended daily allowance, has been moved down from 25 to 15. 15 will get you nowhere. So most tablets you can buy now, Joe Blogs can buy 15 milligrams. You'd have to take 3 of those to make any difference. And I used to say,
what would you recommend?
I recommend you can get 45 or 50 in your system for about 2 weeks, you stop.
Sort of do that every now and again.
Every now and again, or every time a spot appears, you rats, it takes some more. And also spots on the hairline. It's another zinc thing, and it's one of the ones that's linked into it. It's a serious skin mineral.
So how about sort of flaky skin and dandruff and stuff?
Yeah, funnily enough, that's one of the things when topical selenium shampoos work really, really well. But they're hard to get hold of these days. Good ones. But yes, zinc will help. And sometimes you get conjunctivitis caused by skin flaking from the eyebrow. Yeah. That's another zinc thing as well. So it's like serious. I'll say, although it's red, now it's interesting, although it's red on the Western system, if we did the chakras on the Eastern system, of course, the root chakra would become yellow. And the sacral becomes red, and actually they reverse that. Okay.
Hitting the mineral shop soon.
Yeah. But I think the main thing is you've got to think about if you're supplementing, and in fact the next module we've got the RDAs, the toxicity level. It's like you need to know your toxicity level, and it's like you were saying, you don't take these all the time. It's like it's better to hit a fair amount for a short period and then leave it and see what happens rather than just keep on. Because after a while the body just switches off.
I've never taken it for long.
No, it's never a good idea. But it's also, if you talk to anybody else, is what else they're taking. You really have to be very careful.
What's the nurse I was talking to the other day? I take echinacea all the winter, and I said, well, that won't do you any good.
Well, not only that, is what echinacea are you taking? I'm sorry, most echinacea around now is not the real thing.
No, it's Augustifolia.
Yeah. You have to really watch it, because the way when EU started clamping down on stuff a few years ago, what's actually happened is that some of the really good BioCare, fantastic mixes they made, they've had to adapt to include mostly plant-based stuff now. And of course, it's not the same as the stuff that what they were able to. So some stuff isn't as efficient. And it's like even with Lambert's now, as we come on to talk about phytonutrients this afternoon, you can't get the stuff anymore. You can't get hawthorn, you can't get horse chestnut because it's not in the EU listing. And so it's like you've either got to go and dig up your recipes from whenever and whenever and start making your own. Because they just can't get them anymore. And it's stupid because it's stuff that's in our hedgerows, it's stuff we grow.
All the more reason to go on these foraging things.
Exactly. We've had the freedom since Henry VIII to work with things like hawthorn and horse chestnut, and it's been taken away from us. And your herbalist Fred will know all about that. Because it's really hit the herbalists badly. All this stuff. And I mean, I'm glad in a way, compared with what I had access to when I had my clinic in Exeter and Digby from the nutritional front, what you've got access to now is maybe a half.
How can we overturn it? How can we change it?
We can't, because it's global. It's across the globe. It's the big money guys. But what it is doing is it's forcing us back to our roots and making us learn about how to make rosehip syrup again. How to do elderflower. We're very good in the Northwest Europe of producing stuff that is meant to see us through the winter.